Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Road to Empire podcast. I hope you're well and in good health. Now, we're welcoming in and ushering in 2023. So it's a new year, the new you maybe. Now, a lot of people normally about this time they tend to focus on their new year goals and what they want to achieve for the coming months, coming 12 months or the coming year, and how they want to better
Oh
themselves
yeah.
and this and that. And if you think about it, the vast majority of people that actually set New Year's goals, by the end of the first month, they've already given up. So it's not really a case of New Year goals. If you've got a goal or if you want to do something, you start immediately. You start today, regardless of whether it's New Year's or another day, another week. It doesn't matter. That's the kind of mindset that you need to be looking at and aiming for, essentially, because that is what's going to push you forward and help you move forward rather than this kind of follow the sheep status quo thing, New Year's resolutions or New Year's goals. It's a load of tosh, a load of BS. If you've got goals, you've got objectives, work out what you want to do. So if you want to lose weight, get hench, get fit, build muscle, maybe you want to get that girl that you've always wanted to talk to, you want to go chat to, maybe you want to get married, maybe you want to make 6, 7, 8 figures in your business, maybe you haven't got a business and you want to set a business up. There might be a vast variety of different goals that you have, right? And it's pretty simple. Just think about what you want to do and basically work backwards. So work out what you want to do and then look at how you can do it and in what kind of time frame, and just try to be a bit realistic and basically go for it. Now, as we've turned in this 2023, lots of things are going on around the world. You may or may not have heard of Andrew Tate. He was the most Googled person last year in 2022, and he shot to fame with his polarizing views on masculinity, women, and all these different kinds of issues. He's actually been arrested only a few days ago on a number of different allegations that have been made against him and his brother and a couple of other people. So it's been a big thing online in terms of what he normally talks about, which is escaping the matrix. And even when he's arrested, there's a clip of him walking into the police vehicle, and he says, basically, the matrix have got him. Um, so he was being put on detention now for 30-day period, and then after this period, once obviously the police have gathered relevant data, information, whatever evidence they've got or they say they've got, then they can look at what they're going to do next. So, Andrew Tate has impacted a lot of young men's lives in terms of motivating them to be better people in that sense, in terms of masculinity, responsibility, accountability. So these are like key things that a lot of young men have been lacking in recent years. And then on the other side, a lot of people have labeled him this, that, especially the media. But a lot of the time, his interviews have been kind of taken out of context, small kind of clips with the most kind of polarizing, you know, clips of him saying particular things, but not fully in context. And when you decontextualize something, it actually could sound like something totally different from what was originally said. And he himself has said that that has happened to him. Even a documentary is about to be released next week from a famous media outlet, which even there's accusations that that's also been edited to make him look in a particular light, mainly negative. So yeah, we will go and see how things go with Andrew Tate in the coming weeks and see, whether the Romanian police allow him to, they drop the charges, or what the issue might be. A lot of his supercars and properties have been confiscated or possessed at the moment in Romania. So obviously this is potentially part of the investigation, but like I said, we'll see how things happen and go on. And beyond that, in terms of politics, and in terms of the recession, the cost of living crisis, that's also continuing and continuing to affect people. So in the UK, house prices have been falling for the last 2 or 3 months in a row. So we're seeing a slowdown in the housing market. The cost of a property here, in terms of average price, has gone down to £281,000 in terms of property and real estate. So there has been a slowdown in terms of the property market right now, and inflation levels again are quite high, more than 10% as of the previous months that have gone by. Now, going into 2023, it's interesting to see what the outlook might be in terms of the economy. It looks like most countries will be in some sort of recession, and that is going to affect many people. There could be a lot of job losses. I think some of the big companies recently, Facebook, Amazon, announced a large number of job cuts, and you will see that across the board in other companies as well. And unemployment could rise, and in terms of that, so it could leave people in economic difficulty. And beyond that, generally speaking, it's very important to be in control of your assets, your financial assets, the assets that you have, and also just your own finances, the money that you make. It's important that you control that to the greatest extent possible. Whether that is possible or not is obviously arguable, but you can try your best in terms of creating multiple flows of income to different means. So that could include a normal job that you might be doing, like a 9 to 5, but then beyond that, maybe you're buying and selling on e-commerce platforms like eBay, for example, or you could be selling, on a Sunday market, or car boot type stuff, or you could be selling locally in your neighborhood, in your community, or you could be selling a service, set up a side hustle, doing lead generation, social media marketing, drop shipping, uh, doing some sort of content marketing, content repurposing through an agency, or you could just get extra hours at the job that you're currently doing, or take up another part-time job, just something that you can increase your income by. So we're seeing, or we're hearing that this year, maybe in the next 6 months or so, uh, we'll see what's happening with cryptocurrencies. So there could be a bottoming of Bitcoin, so it could reach its lowest level. There's predictions of between, like, 7 to kind of like 12k, $7 to $12,000 in terms of Bitcoin price, um, in this bear market. And then potentially in the next year or two, or a couple of years coming forth, we could see a bull market where the prices shoot up again, like in the previous couple of years, where Bitcoin prices went to over 50k, more than $50,000 at one stage. So right now you could be investing in cryptocurrencies. By the way, I'm not providing any kind of financial advice. This is my opinion. If you do those type of things, and it's important to know that it's a volatile type of investment, and always seek professional advice when doing so. But cryptocurrencies is something that a lot of people are trying to invest in, whether it's decentralized or whatever it might be, in the sense that it's a place where you can start to kind of like have assets there digitally. But we are also hearing about the CBDC, so the central bank digital currencies, that are now potentially going to be happening as well. So the banking sector, the governments will potentially try and take control of the cryptocurrency, potentially legislating it as well, and producing their own crypto as well. and obviously they can program it. They can program it to have a short life. For example, some money could only have 6 months in terms of use. So there's all sorts of things potentially happening. So you really need to start to invest in self-educating yourself, learning from mentors, maybe getting some courses, some of the education, check out some YouTube videos online or get some literature, read articles that are legit out there from different platforms where you can actually start to build your knowledge, and then that will help you in terms of investing going forward. So yeah, so please do subscribe to the channel if you're listening on YouTube. For sure, drop a comment, click the like button and notifications bell. Do subscribe because it does help us grow the channel, and let us know your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. And hopefully I'll catch up with you soon.